I am the creator of my thoughts, and I create my own destiny.
Hi, everybody. Got the meditation music going.
I live an abundant lifestyle.
Hit the share and subscribe button. Let me know you're here. Drop a B1 in the chat. Hit the share and subscribe button because I know we're going to talk about Beyonce and her intellectual property.
I bring into my world,
but I'm also going to explain the difference between a trademark, patent, and copyright. Because everybody in the comments that's coming for Queen B keeps saying, and the people that are defending her are getting it all wrong. Everybody's saying, did the other person trademark it, when in reality, what kind of protection she would have needed for that bottle design would have been a patent. So get in here, hit the share and subscribe button. Let me know you're here. Is it a coincidence? Beyonce has dropped her hair care line, CÉCRED, and it has some odd similarities. So hit the share and subscribe button. Let me know you're in here. We got T-Pal. Good day, everyone. Good day to you too. Good day. Good morning. Good midday for some of you. It's almost 11 o'clock here, Central Standard Time. So, but it's still morning here. So I'm going to tell you all good top of the morning to you. Get in here, hit the share and subscribe button and get into this. It's so much that in the media that intersects with business. Sometimes it's hard for me to decide what am I going to talk about. But I do want to touch on Beyonce's bottles because it's Women's History Month, and Beyonce, one of our great women who's a living legend making history, has just, not only did she drop her, she crossed over into country. She crossed over into country music, and she has dropped her hair care line. And so it's so much to learn from the Queen Bee. It's so much to learn from the beautiful Beyonce. And how to diversify your business portfolio is definitely one of them. They told some of the basketball players, just shut up and dribble. Just shut up and dribble, or just shut up and dance. But Beyonce has proven that she doesn't just dance. She doesn't just sing. She does it all. And she has dropped her hair care line, CÉCRED, and it's spelled uniquely different. And, but it's beautiful. So let's get into this. Let's see here. Beyonce's hair care brand CÉCRED is making noise for all the wrong reasons, as another company has suggesting that it stole their packaging design. Is it a coincidence? And my Nene Leakes voice. Oh, this is I got the gotta keep it Nubian. Got the incense burning in the background, but I guess it's smoky. Okay, so the drama began when fashion consultant Fiona Glenn posted a message on LinkedIn highlighting the curious similarities between BEY's line and TWYG. I kept saying TWYG, but it's pronounced Twig. So Twig, just spelled different, just like CÉCRED is. Interestingly enough, she wrote, the first image is the newly launched CÉCRED, the hair care brand from Beyonce. The second image is a New Zealand-based skincare brand, Twig, which I shared on a work WhatsApp group back in November. There's a stark similarity. Let's be honest. Both are aesthetically pleasing, impactful, but horrifically overpackaged. So this lady is saying she's overpackaged. There's a good chance that the packaging similarity is a coincidence. However, it's proof that it's harder than ever to launch a truly different product, and IP is increasingly difficult to defend. The designer behind the Twig packaging, Amanda Gaskin, responded in the comments section to make a more direct accusation about CÉCRED. As the designer behind Twig Skincare's brand and packaging launched in June 2023, I couldn't help but feel a pang of deep disappointment upon discovering Beyonce's recent hair care packaging, Gaskin wrote. Over the span of 18 months, my team poured countless hours into Twig, with a significant portion of that time dedicated to crafting the custom form lids. It's hard to believe that Beyonce's brand and packaging team hadn't stumbled across our work, especially considering the recognition Twig received last year, she continued, before noting that Twig's packaging had won multiple awards. To say I'm gutted would be an understatement, but thank you for acknowledging the similarity and validating my feelings on this. The shade. The shade, all of this in the comment section. After the allegations gained attention online, social media users are split on whether Beyonce's and her team are guilty of design theft. Now, pause. Beyonce is accused of stealing a lot of work. And, as artistry, there's nothing new under the sun. I think it's all borrowed because it's all on some level inspired by would probably be a cleaner term. So yeah, most art, and I've seen some of her the dances, some of her videos that pay tribute to people's videos from back in the day. Is it stealing or is it inspired by? I think when it gets down to the commercialization and what people protect, what you actually protect. And so I looked it up. I tried to Google whether or not there was a patent on the CÉCRED bottle, and I didn't see a patent for either brand. Doesn't mean that they did not file one, because I'm not a patent attorney. I must say I'm a corporate lawyer, but a patent bar is actually a whole nother bar that attorneys have to take in additional to the regular bar, which, got me curious. Maybe I'll look into that and maybe I'll think about it. But I did look up, if you're interested, I did look up the trademark registrations because I do trademarks. Okay. I can say that I'm an expert in trademarks, Mary Dean Esquire here at the wallstreetlawyer.com. And so I said, okay, well, let me look over here in something that I am used to. And let me just see if Twig is trademarked, and let me just see if CÉCRED is trademarked. And so let's take a look at Twigs trademark. Let me see how this is looking for you guys. Hit the share and subscribe button. Let people know that we are here. Comment, let me know that you are here. We have Deborah. We got Deborah Joyce Livingston. Greetings from Palm Beach, Florida. Hey, Deborah. How you doing, girl? Happy Women's International Month. And Black History Month, because we're going to be black and proud 365 days of the year. We're going to celebrate it every month. I'm committed to that. How about you join me? Okay, so yeah, hit the share and subscribe button. I'm going to go into in a second the difference between the trademark registration, the patent application registration, and copyright, because I kept hearing everybody saying trademark when what they should have said was trademark. Patent. What they should have said is patent for the bottle design. So yes, just check out Twigs trademark registration. I looked them up and they have a live registered mark, as we see here. Oh, okay. I'm all in here. I'm not supposed to be. Let's see. Documents. Let's look at their registration certificate. Looking at this in real time because I didn't look at this before. Okay, so let's check out. So this is Twigs registration certificate with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, registered December 12th, 2023. So they just got this registration, which means they probably filed it a couple of months before, because it does take a few months for your mark to go through the entire registration process. How long that takes will depend on your particular mark, in any type of maybe office actions or any type of flags that and questions that they may have. So who knows? Well, we can find out when they actually filed it. But Twig they have registered. And one thing I want you to notice in Twig's trademark registration is that it is on the trademark itself. I just had someone come to me for trademark registration. The trademark itself, who owns the trademark, guys? Registration, you see the registration number, 7,238,418, registered December 12th, 2023 on the trademarks principal register. This trademark is registered by Mende Biotech Limited, a New Zealand NZ limited company. Pause. When people come to me to register their trademark, I always tell them, you want to make sure you register that trademark. You want to register that trademark in the name of your LLC or an INC. You want your corporation, in other words, you want your corporation, your company to own that register. So that way you get an added layer of protection. So if you all about that added layer of protection, drop added layer of protection in the comments, because I want to make sure you are paying attention and that you understand this, because hey, you may not want to come to me to do this. Some of you probably can't afford that. You probably have a business idea, not yet a business that's generating money, and so you want to do these try to do these complicated things yourself. And so make sure that you have a company that owns the registration. And if you can't figure all of that out, and if all of that is all the way over your head, then you can contact me, thewallstreetlawyer.com, and I will be glad to do that for you. I dropped a link in the chat where you can schedule your consultation with me. Okay, so this one is live and registered. So let's take a look at CÉCRED. Let's look at BEYONCÉ'S CÉCRED. I looked up her trademark registration, and let's see here. Okay, so now we are, let me make sure it's sharing with you guys. Yep, CÉCRED. Okay. Okay, so we got CÉCRED. So I pulled up CÉCRED. This is CÉCRED's trademark registration application. It looks like it's still pending, that is not yet registered. You'll notice, how can you tell the difference? Well, let's share Twig. You see Twigs registration, her mark, their mark actually says live and registered, but you notice when we pull up CÉCRED's mark, you see that it's live and pending. So let's click on one of these. It's a word mark. Let's pull up her documents. Let's pull up her documents. Let's see. Share CÉCRED's trademark. We're in her back office, so to speak. So let's see. Yep. So all we have here is her application, because her registration is still pending. Standard characters, yes. Let's see if we can find our application information. So, okay. So now we're looking at, make sure you guys, are you here with me? Are you here with me? Let's see. The marketing. Okay. Okay, so we got a comment. Someone says most of the time the marketing is the one stealing the work and passing it off as their own idea and present it to the artist. Yeah, that happens. Oh, I would say more often than not. Everything is being presented to the office, to the artist. But I would hope that while and every artist should be doing this, and I know an artist at the level that Beyonce is, when she is, someone is handing something off to her, I'm pretty sure they got a lawyer on the team, making sure that everything is a go. They have lawyers on the team, and I have to make that. I think that that's a valid assumption, because I do not think that our dear sister Beyonce filed this trademark registration herself. So who owns CÉCRED? CÉCRED is a mark that consists of standard characters without the claim to any particular. Oh, you're right. So it's just a word mark. They're just trademarking the word CÉCRED, but it's owned by First Hawk Street LLC. Now, let's see, who is First Hawk? Who's First Hawk Street LLC? That's interesting, because I know. Okay, Beehive pulls out his spy gear. Okay, I guess I'm guilty of being in the Beehive, because I'm Googling to see who owned, because now we see who owns the mark CÉCRED, Beyonce's hair care line. And It is First Hawk Street LLC. We look up First Hawk Street LLC. I've come up with this. You have the Beehive pulls out its spy gear and zooms in on Beyonce's film scenes to discover the name of her apparent upcoming hair care line. So this came out in December. The Bee does play when it comes to Bee. Da, 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 da. Yep, they zoomed in on it. First Hawk LLC. I don't know. That article is not telling me much about First Hawk LLC, but what we do know is that First Hawk LLC is the company, the LLC, who owns the trademark registration for CÉCRED. Okay, so so if you look on the Renaissance film, Beyonce has bottles of CÉCRED in there. The tour was way before these products came out. These are comments coming in from the Beehive. Another one wrote, Beyonce bottles were in her movies, which came out before the company released. CÉCRED was in the making for 6 years. Yes, but was the bottles? That's the question. But we do see that these bottles were out. Let me see. What's this image? Because the images that came in from the Renaissance movie. So let me let y'all see this. The bottles that came in. So this is the image. This is the image, guys, of the bottles that were in the Renaissance movie. And they look like the same bottles that she has out now. So Beyonce bottles were in her movie, which came out before this company released. Okay, so Beyonce was first to the market. Others, however, felt the similarities in the packaging was not a coincidence. Oh, baby, this is an exact replication, crying face emoji. Someone else said, Beyonce steals from everybody. We are not shocked. Her fans just never hold her accountable. Am I one of those fans? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Beyonce herself has yet to address these claims. Last month, the former Beyonce shared a trailer for her new hair care line, which launched on February. The Houston native first hinted at the company on an Instagram post last year, though she didn't specify what exactly she was working on. How many of y'all knew my first job was sweeping hair in my mama's salon? She wrote in a digital note. Destiny's Child got our start by performing for clients. We were getting our hair done. We all know the story and her story of Beyonce. I saw firsthand how the ways we nurture and celebrate hair can directly impact our soul, she added. I watched her heal and be of service to so many women, having learned so much on my hair journey. I've always dreamed of carrying on her legacy. I can't wait for you to experience what I've been creating. So let me know in the comment section, do y'all see a similarity? Well, we all see a similarity. We're not blind, but do you think that Beyonce ripped off their packaging? Do you think that Beyonce, as a keen businesswoman, would do that? Is there a patent? Is there a patent pending for the design? I don't know. Maybe I can try to get a patent attorney in here from one of my next lives. What we do, because I know Beyonce is too much of a businesswoman to not have her sugar honey iced tea together. And we do see that Beyonce believes in, I'm sure she copyrights her music. She definitely trademarks her brand. This brand, CÉCRED, has been an application for a trademark registration has been filed. As you can see here, it is still pending. And we do see that Twig has a registration that is live and registered. And so one can only wonder what's going on in the trademark. When I looked at the patent, I didn't see anything. There isn't such thing as a design patent. I did not see anything, which is also a great segue into the differences between a copyright, trademark, and patent. Because I kept seeing everybody in the comments saying, well, so-and-so didn't have a trademark, talk to an attorney, don't talk to the internet about this. And so I see everybody using the terms trademark, copyright, and patent interchangeably. So hit the share and subscribe button. I'm about to get in here and tell you what the difference is between a, let's see here, patent and a trademark, because plagiary, the Ebony Vault plagiary is wicked. Plagiarism is probably what they mean. And yes, it is. And one of the ways that you can protect yourself from people taking your work and claiming it as their own is to make sure your work is protected by copyright registration, trademark registration, or filing a patent application. So what is the difference between the trademark, copyright, and a patent? So a trademark, let's start there first. A trademark is going to protect your business and product names, logans, and slogans. It is for business and product owners, and attorney assistance is always recommended when you're filing this application on your own. I am Meredith Esquire here at thewallstreetlawyer.com. You can find me hanging out on Instagram at the Wall Street Lawyer. And you can find me hanging around at blackwallstreet.com. I'm coming to you live on blockwallstreet.com because Black wealth is critical to Black power. Also live streaming on Fly Nubian Queen, where Black women do have a voice. And I am one of those proud Black women. So shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins. The key benefit of filing a trademark registration is that no one else can use your trademark to sell similar products or services. And mind you, this is for your particular category. Right? So that's why you want to try to register as many categories, at least as many categories as you actually have your product in use for. Different categories could be shirts, hats, caps, things like that. Courses or training materials is another class. So there's several different classes, and you'll want to register your mark in each particular class. And again, a trademark protects business and product names, logos, and slogans. The benefit of your trademark is you can also file a federal lawsuit to stop competitors from using and protecting your mark. It allows you to use the symbol with the R with the circle around it, which notifies the public that your trademark is actually registered on the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Public register. Your trademark registration can last forever, but you must file maintenance forms at 5 years, 10 years, and every 10 years after that. So again, what does a trademark protect? It protects your business and product names, the name of your company, your brand name, not just your LLC. Because you don't even usually have the LLC in your particular, it's the branding. Think of a brand like when you put a brand, the Omegas branded themselves like animal. Or when you think of cattle and they have that stamp, you put a brand on the skin of the cattle. How do you put that stamp on your product names, on your logos, and on your slogans, your tagline? That stamp that when you put it on, that this says, this is my particular product. This belongs to me. This is my trademark. Okay. This identifies my business. This identifies my company and what I'm selling, my product or my service. That is how you can distinguish. That is what a trademark is. A copyright protects books, articles, plays, films, songs, photos, art, architectural work, and software, etc. A copyright is for artists, architects, and other creative professionals, or any other professional. I'm not a creative. Well, I am an artist, attorney, and activist, but I do make my lawyer. And when I published my book that I wrote, I had to file a copyright registration to protect my particular written work. And so it must, in order to be protected by copyright, it must be an actual piece of work. Ideas alone cannot be protected. And so that's a key takeaway. You can have an idea. Ideas are things that are floating around in the ether and no one owns it. When it pops into your mind and your mind is open enough to receive that inspiration from above, it means nothing if you don't manufacture that into a medium, if you don't put that on paper, if you don't record that down as into an audiobook, it doesn't mean anything. And so you have to have an actual piece of work. Once you have that, then you can file a registration. You can register your copyright. And by doing so, it publicizes and help prove that you have ownership. And what it allows you to do is you can file a federal lawsuit against anyone who uses or profits from your work without your permission. It typically lasts your lifetime plus 70 years, and this cannot be renewed. Okay? Now, the patents fall into three different categories. You have a provisional patent application, you have a utility patent application, and a design patent application. And the design, I'm just going to talk about that briefly because that relates to CÉCRED and the bottle design. It protects how a product looks. And that is key to the design for Beyonce, the CÉCRED, because it is how it looks is what the design that we wonder whether or not that was protected. It protects it how it looks. It's for inventors and designers. It prevents others from making, using, or selling your design without your permission. Patents are considered property, so you can sell or license your patent. You can also license and sell any of your other trademarks as well. If trademarks or your copyrights, you can sell those as well. When you sell your product, when you sell your product, you want to assign the trademark and the copyright use. If a business is selling a company to another business and we have a business closing, that will include all of the transferring all of the documents that paper that business, from the documents filed with the Secretary of State to the contracts, internal contracts and external contracts, to the trademark and copyright registration. All of the paper that supports that company will need to be transferred to the new owner upon closing, similar to how we close on a house. It's still just a transference of a series of documents. And so that is the difference between a trademark, a copyright, and a patent registration application. And so if you missed that, make sure you go back and rewatch this. If any information was helpful to you, please make sure you hit the share and subscribe button so that other people can learn what is the difference between a patent, trademark, and copyright. And I also want to tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Thank you for that. B1 back at you, Terry. B1 back at you. Tell me what you think about the bottles. Do you think that Beyonce actually ripped off another company? Do you think that they are similar just because these ideas are floating down in the ether and no one knows anything? Because was it even protected? I do know, as we went through both of these brands who did the added layer of protection to protect their trademarks, right? So I will assume that they would do the added layer to protect their patents. And we're looking to getting a patent attorney in here so they can discuss the patent portion. I am Marye Dean Esquire, thewallstreetlawyer.com, your favorite corporate lawyer, and signing out. It was a pleasure as always. And until we speak again, bye-bye.